guys, it's Paige and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be continuing my differences between Australia and America. Another disclaimer, as in all of my videos, you guys, I don't have the most broad view of Australia or even America. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I'm living in Brisbane, Australia currently. So that's kind of the depth of my knowledge, and I'm going to talk about that. I got a lot of requests. I'm going to try to do them, but I just want to make sure that I do some research first and I don't put out anything that I've done kind of halfway. I want to make sure that everything I like, if I'm talking about something because you guys asked me a question, I want to make sure that to the best of my ability I can answer it. So with all of that being said, I'm going to jump right into this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. So the first one I'm going to get into, I actually got a comment about this in my last video. So if you guys think that this is just Americans being ignorant, here's the deal, it is. But what you have to understand is it's just based on your perception, or these planes, oh my gosh, stop. It's based on perception. So in American schools, we don't learn that other places have different seasons. I know if you, since elementary school, heard this, like you would be like, duh, America has the opposite seasons to us. I learned this in the 3rd grade, 2nd grade, who knows, kindergarten. But I'm just letting all of you know, in America, it's not mentioned, not once. I haven't heard about this, about Australia having different seasons. I didn't hear about it until college when I was learning that I was going to be going to Australia. Not even just in like a normal college, like geography class or learning about the world. Australia has the opposite season. So I left America in summer, and when I got here, it was winter in Australia. What's really funny about the whole thing is like the summer in Australia, or the winter in Australia is like the summer in Portland. So it feels like I left summer and came to still being in summer just because it's like always cold in Portland. The next one I'm going to get into is actually one that kind of sucks for me, is that they don't sell makeup in my color or like darker. Face makeup, like that's the color of my skin, so not obviously like lashes or anything like that, but just like foundation or like a BB cream. It just, they don't sell it in my shade, and I don't know if I have to go to like a specialty store for like brown women or like what's going on there, but I'm telling you, I went to multiple places and they couldn't hook your girl up, and I was so sad. I'm like, Australia, like what are you doing, Australia? No, but seriously, that really did suck. And there are certain parts in the US, certain places where I haven't been able to find makeup my color, like that's true. But in general, you can. I've been looking for a couple weeks now, and I was kind of like, wait a second. Now I've been to like 4 or 5 stores looking for it, and I haven't found it anywhere. That's when I was starting to get suspicious and like, what's going on? I'm sure they do some places, like don't be like, they do where I live. I'm just telling you, it's an issue, or it's at least a difference if most stores I go to, I can find my color. I'm talking about like 8 out of 10 stores I go to, I'll find my color, maybe even 9 out of 10 in America, and here, like 5 for 5, I haven't found my color anywhere. So I don't know what that's about. Okay, the next one is the laundry in Australia. In America, you wash things and then you throw them directly into the dryer unless it says specifically on the label like hang dry, and that's like your fancy smancy dresses or something like that. But in Australia, you guys line dry everything. Like you guys do not use your dryer. Since my host mom was telling me, it's because like power here is really expensive, and it's also hot here, so most Australians just like hang dry. She thought it was so weird that we use our dryers. Like she was like, why? You could just hang. And it's true, like everything that I've hung, it's been great. And she was like, it's so bad for your clothes to put them in the dryer. And like, I feel like my clothes are actually like nicer now that I've been hang drying them. So I actually like it. It's a huge difference because that's like not a thing in the US. You dry everything in the dryer. Unless it's specific, unless it's special. I went to a store recently and I bought these 2 really, really cute rings because they were on a clearance sale. It was like everything was 50% off. So awesome. But they were telling me these rings and they were like, oh. And I was like, what do you mean, oh? I was like, I don't understand. And she was like, oh, well, we do like A through Z or something like that in terms of like ring sizes. But in America, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that's how we do it. So in America, I'm like a 7 or 8. But here, it's like a O as a. You get what I'm saying? You guys use letters, we use numbers. What is it? You guys use letters, we just use numbers. I don't know what this is, but apparently I'm dancing. There we go. Let's move on. The next difference I want to talk about is like very serious. Remember how I was talking about vicious animals? Okay, there are like these things called drop bears, and I was like, we don't have these in America, and I'm so, just kidding. Y'all thought you were gonna get me in the comments. I know drop bears aren't real, and I'm so mad at you guys for trying to trick me, because what if I didn't know? You guys are shady. What are you doing, Australia? You're supposed to be looking out for me, and you guys are trying to trick me about drop bears? That's not cool, because honestly, if nobody told me, I would have been terrified. Y'all try to get me. Moving on to the next real difference. Okay, so some people were talking about this in the comments as well, and it is something that I had noticed, so I was like, oh, you guys, I'm gonna include this in my next video. KFC is popping in Australia. It's like, we about to go to KFC, we about to get the grub. I am telling you, in America, KFC is like a joke. It's like trashy people go to KFC. Or not trashy people, but people who want trashy food. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, because anybody who goes to KFC, but it's just like, if you go there, people will judge you. Because I've gone to KFC before and people were like, really? So in America, we more would go to like a Popeyes. I don't know if you guys have Popeyes in Australia. Do you guys have Popeyes? Leave me in the comments because I'm actually very curious, because Popeyes is poppin'. Also, count how many times I say poppin' in a video, guys. Poppin' is poppin'. This lip gloss is poppin'. Somebody else left this for me in the comments. They were like, have you mentioned this in a video? And I was like, you know what? I have not. So this is another suggestion from you guys. You guys have prime ministers and we have presidents. I'm wondering what my hands are doing in this video. I feel so like I don't know what I'm doing. President versus prime minister. I think since I moved to Australia, I've gone crazy. Let's just, sorry guys. You guys have different outlets from us. You need a converter. Okay, honestly, I just think I'm hyper. Like, I went to a dance class, a couple dance classes this morning, and like, when you dance and when you move, like, you just feel, at least for me, like, I feel like energized and hyped, and like, the rest of my day is gonna be amazing. That's why I love dancing like earlier in the day. So I think that's why I'm so crazy in this video. So please don't judge, y'all. I promise I'm not this crazy. You can watch my other videos and I'm a lot more normal comparatively. I mean, I'm still crazy, but less crazy than today, Paige. This is weird, Paige. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Talking about education a little bit, you guys have lecturers. We call them in America professors, but here in Australia, to call somebody a professor is like a really, really high honor. It's like you have a doctorate or something like that. Whereas like in America, you just call anybody with a basic degree who teaches college a professor. The next thing is water. So in some places in America, there are like kind of water shortages or places like communities where you wouldn't want to use a lot of water. But I think in general, in most of America, water is just like a thing that people don't really care about. Like they will use it in large amounts, small amounts, like whatever. It's just like there's no sort of like regulating on it. Whereas here in Australia, I've just noticed in general, you guys conserve water a lot more. And in America, there are certain things like, oh, we're gonna conserve water, like for environmental reasons, like save the forest, like save the environment, save everything, like those types of initiatives that are like eco-friendly, but it's not. It's just like, it's more voluntary in America, and it's like, if you want to, you'll do it, but like, whereas in Australia, it seems like kind of everybody in general is a lot more water conscious, in my experience. This is another suggestion from you all. You were saying that what we call in America a drugstore, you guys call a chemist. So that's really cool. It sounds a lot more fancy. Like, I'm going to go to the chemist and I'm going to get my, I don't know, what do you get from a drugstore? I'm gonna do a really, really quick lightning round, so I'm not really gonna explain these ones that much, but you can drink when you're 18 in Australia, you can drink when you're 21 in America. Here, a popular sport is AFL or rugby. In America, it's gonna be football or basketball. You guys spell color C-O-L-O-U-R, and in America, we spell it C-O-L-O-R. Same thing with favorite. Also, I'm not sure if this is just me, but it seems like the men in Australia are a lot less forward, whereas in America, like, because I've walked through malls a lot here in Australia, and I don't get hit on walking through the mall, whereas in America, it is very common to walk through the mall and get hit on. I mean, I would say 50% of the time, if you're a woman walking through a mall, someone's gonna be like, hey, what's good? But in Australia, that doesn't really happen. I've only been hit on one time during my whole month here, and I've been to malls multiple times. So I'm not talking about like in general society. American men are always like, hey. But just like the dudes who hang out at malls, they're a lot more like, you know? So I haven't really been experiencing that much here, which is cool. I'm just chilling. I'm just doing my own thing. Anyway, that is gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned and subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of your requests in my next coming videos. I'm gonna do like trying some Australian food, a Q&A, I don't know, just really cool stuff. Also, hit that like button, because you guys have been killing it. Like, I cannot handle you. Killing that like button. It's awesome. And it's so helpful for these kinds of videos. Also, talk to me in that comment section. Make sure you guys give me all the info. Make sure you tell me if you like this video, more suggestions, more questions that you guys have. Tell me about yourselves. When you guys comment and you're like, hey, like, let me tell you about my life a little bit, I'm like, yes, like, this is amazing. Somebody was telling me about like them studying abroad and like just all this stuff like that. So continue to do that. Continue rocking with me, and you guys are amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Why am I talking so fast? I don't know what's going on. Okay, bye, love you. Hey guys, it's Paige and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be continuing my America versus Australia's series. You guys have loved it, you have requested it, you were like, keep doing it. On my part 3, you guys said to continue.